From the last 2 weeks, a big debate is going on in all the media and newspapers with respect to an important issue in the Indian political system and in the Indian constitutional system, that is, can one constitutional body or a person holding one constitutional position, can he complain on the person holding other constitutional position? If at all he can complain, can it be an open complaint or a confidential complaint? Can it be released to the media? This is a big question. Along with this question, there are various dimensions about Jagan Mohan Reddy's complaint on sitting judge of the Supreme Court. Moral dimension or legal dimension, constitutional dimension. Here comes, there is one important fact, that is independence of judiciary is a basic structure of Indian constitution. Article 50 of the Indian constitution says separation of judiciary from executive. Our constitutional makers wanted to make certain that executive should not promote undue influence on judiciary. Executive should not exert undue influence or dominance on judiciary. Indira Gandhi tried after basic structure theory case, Keshavananda Bharati case, but at that time most of the judges did not bow to the political pressures. They were steadfast in uplifting the independence of judiciary and fundamental rights of the citizens, except in some occasions. But now the trust on judiciary day by day is eroding. There are 4-5 occasions from last 2-3 years which common man really started rethinking about our judiciary. First of all, 4 judges coming out openly and conducting a media conference alleging that Chief Justice of India is mastering the roster. Second is sexual harassment allegations on the highest constitutional body, Chief Justice of India. Third is a person who retired as a CJI becoming a nominated MP in Rajya Sabha. Fourth is, most importantly, the recent Prashant Bhushan contempt of court issue. All these issues, common man is silently observing in the last 2-3 years. Let's wait how this Jagan Mohan Reddy case is going to undone. In the civil services and other aspects, here we have to understand 2-3 points. Article 50 of the Indian Constitution deals with separation of judiciary and executive. Though Article 50 is a directive principle, it is very important to maintain independence and impartiality of judiciary. Indian judiciary has an impeccable track record from the beginning for its impartiality, integrity, confidentiality and trustworthiness. And there are few articles which we need to understand here. Article 129 of the Indian Constitution deals with contempt powers of the Supreme Court. Article 215, contempt powers of the High Court. Article 129 says that Supreme Court is a court of record. It has the power to punish for its contempt. In the same way, Article 215 for High Courts. And Article 121 says that Parliament should not intervene in the court affairs unless there is a removal proceedings of the judge. In the same way, Article 211 tells the state legislature should not intervene in the affairs of the courts. So, by and large, we have strong provisions in the Constitution to protect the independence and impartiality of judiciary, including Article 124. Article 124 says that the Supreme Court judge can be removed only on the ground of proved misbehavior or incapacity. But the Article 124 have not defined, or nowhere it was mentioned in the Constitution, what do you mean by approved misbehavior? Remember, nowhere in the Constitution it is mentioned what do you mean by proved misbehavior. Coming to contempt of court, we have seen recently the contempt of court issue with respect to Prashant Bhushan, and he was asked to pay 1 rupee fine. But the issue have flared up. It is not just about 1 rupee. It is a big debate. Contempt of court, what is the limitation? What is our freedom of speech? To what extent the courts have that contempt powers? Contempt of Court Act 1971 defines two types of contempt, civil contempt and criminal contempt. And here comes whether Jagan Mohan Reddy's letter is contempt or not, whether CM Jagan Mohan Reddy crossed his red line or not, and it is up to the court to decide whether he has crossed it or not. If at all, if Jagan Mohan Reddy has to be punished for contempt of court, the falsity of his statements should be proved beyond reasonable doubt. So, the allegations made by the CM are false, it should be proved beyond reasonable doubt, otherwise it is very difficult to punish him for contempt. What are the options before CJI now? Because Jagan Mohan Reddy wrote a letter and this letter is released to the media officially. So, now CJI have no other option but to take a choice whether he is going to give this complaint, open this complaint to the full court and ask the court to decide, or whether he is going to constitute in-house complaints committee and do inquiry on that. First of all, that contempt issue was gone, because once you come to a conclusion that CM Jagan Mohan Reddy have committed contempt, then contempt of court comes into picture. Now, there are two important acts. One, Judges Inquiry Act 1968. We have Judges Inquiry Act 1968, which is really important. Next is, we have one more thing, that is Judicial Standards and Accountability Act 2012. Judicial Standards and Accountability Act 2012. We have two strong laws here. It is not that we are in shortage of laws, we are in depth of laws. Recently, in September 2020, in one case, Justice Bobde said, judges face the maximum number of false complaints, and it was a common syndrome to target a person on the verge of being appointed for a next high post. But is it a common syndrome? Whether everyone complains against a person who is really strict? Again, only the honorable judges have to answer this question. So, let us see whether the CJI will ask the full court to examine the issue, or whether CJI will constitute internal complaints committee. But in any case, there are two acts that are important here. Judges Inquiry Act 1968, Judicial Standards and Accountability Act 2012. This Judicial Standards and Accountability Act 2012 tries to lay down and enforce certain standards of conduct for a judge, and Judicial Standards and Accountability Act widens the definition of misbehavior and adds corruption or lack of integrity in the definition. Adds corruption and lack of integrity in the definition. This is also very important. Now the thing is, the representatives and the fans of Jagan Mohan Reddy are saying, in the last 16-17 months, more than 100 government orders were stayed or were put under hide by the AP High Court, and they say there was a bias against one party in the AP judiciary which was influenced by the higher judicial officers. This is first allegation. Second allegation, the AP High Court is not taking proper cognizance of the offences and irregularities made under the heading, under the guise of AP capital Amaravati. And the letter which was written on October 6th have really raised a new constitutional debate, whether the CM, the unprecedented move, whether the CM can complain against such a constitutional body and make such remarks on him openly. This is a big constitutional debate, and for us it is articles, it is laws that are important, not the outcome. Let us wait for the outcome as a common man. Thank you.